we are doing some scouting from the road right now for some of these birds. Using Go Hunt to kind of mitigate 70% of the land that I just know birds are not going to be in, and then kind of go from there. I would highly recommend getting it. Saves me a lot of time. Being super successful in multiple of my hunts out of state, just not being able to put boots on the ground, and then now being local, I just kind of take a lot of guesswork out of it. You know, where birds potentially going to be, basically where they're not going to be, and just go from there, and that kind of just shrinks everything down. Right now, I'm driving within 15 minutes from the house, just kind of looking through these fields right now, just doing the easiest first, and then kind of go from there. I don't see any feeding out in the fields. It's around noon, so they've probably made it through the timber. It's not really too warm out right now, but just kind of going from there. I'm going to turn right there. Pull into here and kind of look around. I'm scouting this road, and there's a dead bird. The hen, probably not even a few days old. Get hit by a car or something. It's a good sign, I guess. I mean, they're back here somewhere. Feathers exploded everywhere, so I don't know what's going on with her. But there's a turkey track right here. I'm gonna park my truck a little ways up and kind of go from there. Just to make sure. Yep. Park right up here. I don't see why not. I'm gonna just do some walking. It looks pretty busy this road, but just walking, see what I can find. So bring you guys along and kind of see. Forest Service Road up there. That opens up. Try a little ways up. I want to see what this opening looks like. Just leave my stuff right here. Should be good. Let's see what we can find. Got all my stuff. And this mic, it looks like a game trail right there. So, got a big opening right here. Got two of them. Road cuts this way, opens up, cuts that way, open up. So I'm gonna check out there, and then I'll come through and do some kind of grid searches through here and just kind of see what I can find. Scratches, droppings, all that good stuff. So. So I found a dead hen back on the road back there, the access road, and probably 20 sets of tracks. Ended up 20 sets of tracks. And coming up, I found a nice pinch point. More tracks. I put my spot point on there. My cell camera had great service, so I should be getting a few pictures from that. Now I'm just working this. This was a saddle right back here. Drops off that way. Drops off. I guess let's see. This way. Drops off that way. Good saddle strut zone right up here. It could be promising. It's too leafy to see tracks, so I'm just looking for scratches right now. Gonna work my way down through this bottom. Slowly it gets less topography as you go down, and then there's a nice open field as well back here with no other access other than right here, which is about probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles, which I think that's gonna be too far for most people to walk. So I'm kind of just kind of going from experience about how people hunt out here, and they don't like to walk too far. So especially for turkey. So keep on working down in this thick stuff. Take about 10-15 steps. Just kind of look. I'm trying to put eyes on these birds and to see kind of where they're going and where they're heading, because I know they're working this way out, but if I find their roost zone, it'd be a lot easier for me to cut them off then closer than having to wait all day, because that gives a lot more opportunity for them to branch off and go. But we'll see. Like I said, 10 or 15 steps, stop. Just look, glass. 10 or 15 steps, stop, look, glass, you know. So, I'll back on here in a minute. So 27 miles back here, and it's this little sandbar road thing. Like, I mean, it's not even really a road, it's just people, they rent 4-wheelers back here from private, because there's private right back there. There's some signs you guys probably can't see, so. And I stopped right there, turn around. I was looking on this road because I seen tracks way back there, put my camera out. Decided to work in on that saddle and that thicker pine and oak. And I couldn't really tell if there's any tracks because how many leaves there are, but in the sandbar there's tons of deer tracks, but not a single turkey tracks. And it tells me that they don't come this far. They probably roost up where I put my camera, and they work that way. And I'm sure they make their way back around and come back, because it wouldn't make sense for them to, I mean, they can't really roost and stuff like this. I mean, very just low to the ground dead stuff. Maybe some pines, but even then, I mean, I just don't. There would at least be a track. They would slip up at least once and walk across this. They wouldn't fly across it every time. So I'm just gonna work this way back to make sure I don't miss any. Work my way back and go the other way, where the tracks are kind of headed, and just kind of go from there, using the same to my advantage. So we're back on turkey tracks. So I came back over here near, I put the camera probably 1,000, 1,500 yards that way. We got a couple turkey tracks right here. It'd be hard for you guys to see. Alright, there's a few of them going back and forth. So it did rain yesterday and the day before. So even though they don't look like they're fresh, they definitely are. It was monsooning out here. So everything looks good. I'm assuming they're running this road going up, probably towards where they're gonna roost. So I'll hop on my phone, throw a turkey track symbol, go hunt. Should be exactly this road. Perfect. Turkey tracks safe. Okay. Get that set up. Birds have been coming from across the street, coming through. Let's see, right over here, working through, and they work this all the way up. They come here and they go through the property, so should be good. Bond set up. We'll have all the decoys set up right over here. So. So it is 6:30. About 2.5 hours roughly, give or take a few minutes left of the day. Got in here around 5, and super windy, super sunny though, and decently warm. I mean, it's not terrible. Just kind of waiting. I know these birds should roost back here. They work all over the property, so I'm just trying to catch like a midday bird, and then evening would be nice. I think this wind is going to cut down. I really hope so, because this blind is almost like flying away, basically. So I really hope that it does cut down. But if not, it'll be something we have to deal with. I got a few shooting windows that I feel really comfortable with. This middle window is going to give me the most trouble. I might have to lean up and shoot down. Other than that, there's no cams or no limbs touching like there was yesterday. So the other blind that I was shooting, so I'm really pumped about that. That bird yesterday, I sat in the same spot, different blind yesterday. When I shot that bird, we looked for it, couldn't find it. Went on the neighbor's property, mission, looked for it, couldn't find it. So I'm chalking it up as a loss. Clearly he's not dead, or he would be found. 2 guys looking for it, especially. We went a couple 100 yards, did a grid search, so I don't think that bird's dead. This is the boring part of the day though, just waiting and hoping, but hopefully it picks up here just a little bit. I know yesterday there's a bunch of birds that cross right over here on this little hillside down to this bottom, and they roost over there, or they go this way and roost, so it should be good. When I called yesterday though, heard a gobble, scratched a couple times back at him. He ripped again, scratched for 20 minutes straight, and didn't hear anything else, so I kind of counted it out 50-50 that he just wasn't messing, but he was kind of dead sprint running. Something told me to look out of this window. I did. He was standing at about 5 feet, fully shredded out from the blind, and he basically went around this Jake and went straight to the one decoy that I had out, one hand, and I was able to shoot a broadside shot, but good contact, what it sounds like, no arrow, a couple of feathers. He flailed, made a bunch of racket, and couldn't find him. So, yep, hopefully it's not a repeat today. I'm going to take more time on the shot, and should be able to get it done if a bird presents itself. So, really happy about that. Hope so. We'll see. We will. What I'm thinking these birds are going to do is going to come from this field right over here, back behind me. We have we're about 2 acres right here of woods, going rectangle, and there's a field and another patch of woods over there, and that's also where they roost. So they're either going to go there earlier, not directly at roosting time, make their way, and hopefully I can pull them over here. That'd be nice. I have a feeder, a semi-alert hen, and then a strutting Jake, half body, so should be pretty good. The Jake's really small, so almost any Tom or Jake should be able to dwarf him, and shouldn't feel too intimidated by him. So yeah, I think it's an 11-yard shot. 10 yards to him, 13 to her. I'll set him up in at 20 and fire away, so should be good. Shouldn't have any trouble at all. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll check back in. So So I thought the birds were gonna come in, and they didn't. They went down to this little, it's like a little ravine, kind of run off. They're down there, fed down there a little bit by the swamp. So tired. Fed down there a little bit by the swamp. They came back and went exactly the way they came in. So. But it was, I got a better look at them. I for sure seen one fully strutted, and I was walking deep right ahead. It's really thick though, and I seen him on the way out, and he was a jay with a beard probably about that big, so, and some hens. So I mean, it's hard for me to say. Just cut to the brush and have it pretty quick, so I didn't really want to be looking out the window too much at him. And, yeah, so when he ripped a gobble, I was for sure thought that he was going to be a good one, but no. So only got a few more minutes here, probably about 20 more minutes, and then it'll be the end of day 2. So I've had a great season so far, though. Getting us for more. So I'm gonna be probably heading out of here in just a minute. I'm gonna sit just about 20 minutes longer until shooting light, and then I will be out of here. Came out here to some private. We got permission on it earlier today. It's a 160-acre parcel. Great area. Tons of deer. A few turkeys on it. I just came out here earlier this evening, and looks like I'm roosting one good tom, a Jake, and a couple other hens. But looks like I picked back up on the hens, but he broke over this little hill. He was the last one to do it. See his fan. He's giving these deer hell. So we're at kind of a decision here. It's the 24th. Season closes on May 3rd. So we've been hammering it pretty hard. Probably gonna hunt every day, hopefully, to try to get it done. We got 2 tags to fill. We are hunting private for the most part, just because less pressure. Can have free range kind of on how we want to do with these birds rather than have to deal with other people. So found a few birds in public, but as we all know, it's a little harder. So I'm trying to see exactly where these birds roost. I have a good idea. I know which parcel, like which timber lot they're going to finish out in. I just kind of want to know exactly, just so we can kind of set up and have that buffer. Not too far away, but not too close. We will be having to bring a pop-up blind in, and then a few decoys. So just want to make sure we're in that, that good safety buffer, so we're not right on top of them, or we're also not too far away. That's the name of the game with that, because I'm not going to do really any calling in the morning. Thinking maybe that's hurting us. These birds are so educated out here. We had birds in our decoys when we left earlier to do some door knocking, and sure enough, nobody was there to call, so just picked back up on him. Let's see if I can get this on here for you guys. He's giving those does hell. We got a few minutes though until it's that time, so I don't know if I'm going to lose them by then or what, but hopefully can exact top of his fan. So pretty good idea. I know where they're going to end up. Gnats right by a cattle farm. There's gnats everywhere. He's running all these does off. They don't know what to think about him. He strutted this whole entire field. Literally step for step. Takes 2 steps, struts, throws his fan out, takes 20, 30 steps, closes it, takes a few steps, comes right back. He has at least an 8 to 10 inch beard from what it looks like. I mean, it's absolutely huge. It's almost dragging the ground when he's strutting, so he's a magnum for sure. Definitely not a young bird, but I mean, there's just so many deer out here. That's gonna be, I think, the biggest problem in the morning is getting in. We can get in as quiet as we want, but with these deer, they're going to be blowing like crazy. count them. Let's just count the deer. Start from the top. So none up there. If there are, let's just be generous with the count. 1, 2, 3, 4 bedded down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 head right now. 25. Doe by herself. She's actually pretty close. Look at it. We're on camera. Point right at her. I mean, just an absolute array of does out here. So, I don't... Oh, there's some over here, too, to the right. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just loaded with deer, but there's only half a dozen birds, so I really don't know. I'm kind of, my hands are tied. We've chased birds all day today. Got it on a few stocks. Closed the distance on one gobbler out here that we seen. He was working down chasing a hen. He lost her, then he came straight down the road. I got set up and he was probably 20, 25 yards, but I thought he was a little farther than what he was, and he popped up over the ridge and just busted me. And then we had a few stalks on the private we've been hunting, Chris's property, so it looks like I have lost them though. There's just so many rolling hills out here. I'm pretty positive. I mean, I know where they're gonna roost. Yep. His fan is like hanging off to the left though. Yeah. Looks like it's about to just fall off. He's walking right between the deer. He don't give a damn. That's a mature bird for sure.
Pushing the deer.
He thinks he's king shit.
So she disappeared over the hill. You see that?
Mm-hmm. 5/22. What is it, May 2nd? I got today and tomorrow of turkey season left in Michigan. I'm going to do everything in my power to try to get it done. Just got back from Kentucky. I did 3 days down there. Only 2 days of hunting though. I guess 4 days. 1 day of travel. Got there pretty late in the afternoon, around 7 or 8. Didn't even really have time to scout. I just knew kind of where the birds were from deer hunting down there. Fortunately, and it paid off. They're still on those patterns. And then hunted the next morning. Got it done by 9 a.m. with the bow. Very excited about that. Went out. There's a 2-bird limit down there, so I went out the next morning because I only had 2 actual days to hunt, and I figured might as well. If it's a mature bird, take what the season allows me, and there's a lot of gobblers, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to do so. It's not like they're low on numbers down there, quite a bit in my personal opinion where I hunt. So got it done first morning. Second morning kind of messed it up, like I said myself. Was just too impatient. Weather was not cooperative. It was raining until sunrise, a little bit right after, just a light drizzle, and the birds and everything else was just moving super late in the day, as opposed to right at sunrise. So they didn't make it to me until basically I was packing up, because I wanted to spend some time with my kids that day, have most of the day with them. So I was picking them up, had a good time, and I didn't want to be too tired, so I would get up at 4 every day, and after a long drive wanted to make sure I was getting them. So as I was packing my stuff up, of course, as you would have it, they came in and kind of caught me with my pants down, and I didn't really have much I could do. They definitely seen me, and they just kind of flared off. If I was still set up, I think they would have came into the decoys no problem, but you know, things happen. So drove back yesterday, dropped the bird off from Kentucky down to the taxidermist. Dropped that bird off at the taxidermist. Got home 8:30 last night, and back up again at 4 this morning to try to finish what I started here in Michigan. Like I said, I got 2 days left. Going to some public land right now where I know birds are. The only problem is lots of ORV traffic, four-wheeler traffic, so hopefully it's the middle of the week. Hopefully not a lot of guys have been out there the past 2 days, especially in the morning. Most people are working during the week, so should be good out here. I'm going to set up on this basically road. That's just an ORV road. You can see pretty good ways each way, so I figured set the decoys up kind of on the edge of the road. Clearly you can see them. Probably going to sit in a box blind, just because I'm not going to be able to see all the way down the road each way, and I don't want to get caught when a bird's coming in. And also I want to film, so I guess we'll kind of play it by ear whenever I get there and look how thick it is. But yeah, I'm pumped. I will keep you guys updated. Looks like it's going to be a pretty day. Sun's already starting to peek through the clouds and lighten up the sky. So I got about 20 minutes, 30 minutes till shooting light, but the birds usually don't leave until right at sunrise, so a 30-minute buffer is kind of personal opinion. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. It's right at shooting light. A couple decoys set up out here. You guys can see them, but they have this road tore up absolutely right here. This is kind of the melting pot where they've been strutting. Definitely a strut zone. Already heard one gobble. Pretty close. It's really thick timber, so he's a lot closer than what it seems. Maybe give it a few more minutes and I'm gonna start likely calling. But this is the setup. I'm about to throw my netting over this and kind of get behind it. Pitch a little bit this way, so I'll have me swinging out into the shooting room right behind me if I need to. So fingers crossed. I'll check you guys with you. So last gobble I heard was around, oh, I'd say 6:15, 6:30. So I haven't heard much at all, but I'm gonna hang out here till about 10. Should be plenty of time if anything does come out. So just trying to keep my eyes peeled on this hillside and back over there. My impression was they were gonna come on this road from behind me, or come on that road down. I mean, there's tracks all over, so it's just a matter of time, I guess, of when they are. So there's another road right over there, so I don't know. Patience is key, though. I'm starting to realize that with turkey hunting. It might seem very fast-paced as opposed to deer hunting, but it's a lot of hurry up and waiting. That's the best way to describe it. So I keep at it for a couple more hours and hopefully stir up a nice time. So very uneventful morning, to say the least. I heard, like I said, I heard some gobbles early this morning. Haven't had any birds come through here. I don't know if they use this as an afternoon or what, but it's tore up all through here, but nothing. I'm about to give it a little bit longer, and I'm gonna go scout for some birds. Try to make the best out of today. I only have this afternoon and tomorrow, so. It's raining still, which is fine. I'm in the blind, I'm dry. But it's loud, and I can't hear nothing if they gobble. But then again, I guess they can't hear me, so tit for tat, maybe? I don't know. I think they will stay in the roost a little bit longer today, though, because it is just gloomy out. But no, they will be in these fields to dry and eat. So kind of set up in the middle. Yesterday when they roosted, I was on the opposing, well, you can probably actually see this. I was that light is way over there. Way over there in the distance. There's a road there. Probably cars would pass. Guess not. Alright. So, there's a road there. I seen these birds. Of course, a bus just passed. I seen these birds on this side, on this road over here, behind me. Using my spotting scope, found them. But they, just two hens. But I know that there's not only just hens on this property. So I went around that side to see on this little slope, this other topography on the other hillside. And sure enough, 3 gobblers with them. So I just parked over there and watched them. I watched them drop over this hill. And they're either going straight down to this tree over here. It was getting pretty close to dark, so they wouldn't have traveled much farther. straight down to that tree over there to roost, or they're going to cut left to this patch of timber right here. But either way, if they drop straight down, I'm not going to see them until they break over this hill. But they usually like to go over where this big tree is, right there. You can see it. Big tree at the top of the hill, right there. They like to go by that, and they go to this other field and that timber up there. So, fingers crossed that they work up either in this little funnel or just over this little hill. Because they're standing right here, and I was watching them, they were just sunbathing for hours. I'll probably do an all-day sit here regardless. Don't see why not. I think it'd be beneficial if I can just stay dry. I'll be good. I got plenty of battery, and it's the last day. So, just trying to keep my eyes peeled because there could be some rooster back over here that I didn't know about, or it could just work through. So, I know there's birds here. It's raining. They're going to be eating bugs, worms, everything else in this field. So, fingers crossed, baby. Keep you guys updated. Alright. Now that I've calmed down a little bit. Okay. So these birds didn't come from over here. They worked in this little divot over here. So, no, like a divot, yeah, call that. They worked around the blind to that tree, top of the hill. Around that tree, came through this little humpy dump right here. Popped out back behind the blind, about 40 yards. Okay, 35, 40. The hen beelined it straight around the blind, came this way, and then she kind of stopped off the corner about 5 feet. It looked like she was going that way. That gobbler was right on her, right on her. And then he hung up about 30 yards behind the blind. And I have a 180 blind. If you look, there's nothing I can shoot out of that side. I'm stressing at this point because he's right there. I mean, that's 25, 30 yards, if that. I think it's 20, to be honest, but there's nothing I can shoot out of out here. Remove the whole blind, but I mean, come on. So I look up. He's right behind the blind. He walks out and he keeps feeding. He's like 20 yards. I'd say 20 because, yeah, 20. I look up. The hen's in the decoys, pecking the decoys and feeding with them. She's going around them, feeding, doing her thing. And he's right here, but he won't commit. He just kept that distance where he was like, oh, go do your thing, I'll come back. He finally gets to this side of the blind where I could shoot out of. So I drop the saloon door. I raise that saloon door. He doesn't see nothing he's eating. He's, doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's at 32. I know for a fact I can shoot a bird at 32. That is a fact. Body shot, not a headshot. Body shot in the body cavity. I feel 100% confident in that. I'm not a doubt in my mind about it. I range him, get 32. Didn't range him twice, I just ranged him once. It's open pasture, so I mean, it's on the crosshair, so I should have ranged him probably 2 or 3 times, but 32. I have a single pin, I dial it for what I think 32. Dial it to 30. And this topography is a little slow, because usually people say, oh, 32, 30, like that's still flat. But if you look, there's just rolling little pasture, that's what it is. So angle compensation, it had to be at 32, and I got it at 30. And pulled back, anchored, and I got plenty of shooting room. I mean, I am comfy. My arms not touching, limbs aren't touching, everything's good. Comfy. He's completely broadside. Perfect. Perfect. Well, a little quartering too, actually. A little quartering too. So I mean, I followed that line. I put it right above his bait on the 100% of the body cavity. Went, followed the crease, body 100%. Teed off, broke, perfect. Wasn't no yank, broke. Arrow's going perfect, horizontal, vertical. I mean, it's perfect. It's fucking dropping in, and then it fucking drops like that. Like, probably went those fucking feet. Like, excuse me, but I'm pretty worked up about this. I have been grinding up in Michigan, and that was a good gobbler, at least a 10-inch beard, and like the size of the one I shot in Kentucky. And I mean, it freaking went right underneath him. He kind of just, and he just took a few steps that way, probably got up to 40, and I just let him do his thing. That hen is still in the decoys feeding. She didn't care at all. I mean, she looked up and was like, what's that noise? And kept eating with him. And she finally just worked off, so that's why I was waiting to take this. But, and they are out at, I mean, they're just out there, just hanging out. I'll get some video in a minute when I swap lenses to long lens. And yeah, they're just hanging out probably about 150 yards. I mean, even if I would have run a multi-pin, you can't really run multi-pins for turkey. I mean, you can pin gap. I mean, you're shooting at a target that's honestly this big. you know. And if it gets like that, quartering way, quartering to, you know, but broadside, you're looking at like that. And you might have a little bit of neck coming off of it, but you want to do body cavity. Break them down. And I felt confident in that shot too, because if he did get a lung shot and he went a good ways, we're in a field, so we shouldn't have lost him. But they're out like 100 yards. I'll swap over this lens, take some video of them. I got some really good footage of her. Just depending on where they go throughout the day, I'm gonna move the setup just so, you know, they don't, because they'll remember it. There's 3 gobblers in that group. For sure one is going to be hesitant, but I might throw out one more decoy, so it's a little better spread. on, baby. Come on. I know y'all want to. Just gonna be quiet for a minute. They're about probably 150 yards away, so this rain's kind of setting in, so it's probably helping with the vision. Messing with the vision just a little bit, so. They want to. But will they is the question. They want to. Awareness should be called. That might drive me nuts. Oh, of course there's gonna be somebody that comes out, I'm sure. Where did she come from? Those two birds came out of nowhere. Alright. Oh, there's more birds in the field. Okay. Okay. Getting past those hens is going to be tough. Dang. These hens came out of nowhere. There's timber over here behind me. Cut off them birds. Oh, that's exciting. They're probably not going to come in now, to be honest. Pretty far away. Just one of y'all come over here. There's only two hens. Come on. I know one of y'all gotta. Come on. Oh, God. Not that one. That crow got him.